Good morning, everyone. Myself Suresh. I'm working as a software engineer in Nihan Communication Solutions, Bangalore. Today, I would like to address the capabilities of Monosek, which generally we call as network interceptor. So this is mainly concentrated on education and research fields. So this application mainly useful for analyzing the network traffic and security applications. So here you can see how Monosek will be useful for students as a part of their academics, how students learn things related to the network. So the students can monitor the live traffic and they can analyze the information in depth, and they can learn various development tools like Visual Studio, uh, and they can use various development tools in order to develop their applications like traffic patterns, packet classifications based upon header type, and the type of the analysis like whether it's active or passive. Active in the sense the person will directly involve in the uh, traffic analysis, whereas the passive mode, the person who is monitoring, he will sit parallelly and he will be not a part of uh, taking the action further. And this monosec will be useful for UG and PG students to to develop their projects related to network security and cyber security, cyber forensics. And we have few API calls related to intrusion detection and vulnerability detections using a technique called as DPI, deep packet inspection. And we can also track the IP address of uh, various systems, and we can map those IP addresses to the specific locations to which they belong. So this application will give the information related to the country as well as the area from where they are accessing the internet. So recently we also have introduced two more applications called as virus signature detection as well as application service detection. So these are very useful to perform advanced applications like blocking services and blocking, detecting spam, malware, those kind of things. So by using this monosec, we can perform, we can know the known attacks as well as we can identify, we can alert, and we can even create the statistics based upon the results of the attacks. We can directly know the statistics as well as if we want to send the alerts to the some other locations, even that can be also possible. Okay. So not only about known attacks, we can also like we can expect the behavior of the uh, various attacks, and we can design behavioral patterns of various protocols. In daily life we are coming across. So coming to Monosec, actually Monosec is a high-end network processor. So this is based on two engines, what we call as a packet processing and network session analysis system. Okay. So this Monosec is consisting of hardware which is based upon the processor called as Metronome NFE3240. So this uh, card will have 40 micro engines which are operated parallel, and we should share the load to increase the speed of capture. So here you can see this card is able to capture at the rate of 100 Mbps to 60 Gbps, and the other two variants are 20 Gbps and 40 Gbps of network traffic. So this means the card is capable of uh, sniffing the packets at the rate of 100 Mbps and 6 Gbps as 20 Gbps and maximum 40 Gbps. Coming to software modules, so till now, so what I said is the hardware part. So coming to Monosek software, the Monosek software package consisting of three modules. One is packet analysis module, we call as protocol analyzer. The second one is session analysis, Monosek session analyzer. And the third one is deep packet inspection to perform some in-depth packet analysis, which is useful for particular applications like virus detection, spamware detection, those kind of things we can analyze by using the deep packet inspection. So this Monosek can be used inline as well as passive monitoring. So inline is nothing but, so the person can be sit in between uh, the uplink as well as the clients who are accessing the systems, so that he can monitor the traffic, as well as if he want to block any unwanted information, he can block the information uh, from either it is going to outside or coming from outside. So all the softwares what we have developed as a part of Monosek is basically C and C++. A few of the applications based upon Java. So here you can see the typical deployment of the Monosek. So how Monosek will be working. So you can see here. So from this figure, if you identify so it So from this diagram you can see, so the outside internet connected to one switch. So generally this switch we call as a manager switch. So one of the port is connected to the internet from the outside, so whereas the other ports will be used to connect to the various systems inside the uh, inside our network. So in this scenario you can see, you can observe what are all the systems we want to monitor. All the systems are connected to the switch via one hub. So first of all the systems are connected to one small hub. So from the hub, one connection is going to the first port in the mirror manager switch. Okay. So if we want to monitor this traffic, so we have to redirect all the traffic to one special port called as mirrored port. So as shown here, so this is the mirror port. So from this mirror port, we will give the output to our Monosek interface card. So this card will get the traffic from the mirrored port, so which is analyzed by the software modules packet analyzer and session analyzer. So this packet analyzer will perform some operations like header analysis, and it will give more information about. So from we have designed few experiments as a part of this packet analyzer, which will describe like from which systems the packets are originated, from which system the packets are destined for, so what is the source code, so various fields it will be displayed. And there is this packet analyzer actually get the information from the Monosek card. So it will create uh, some files called as KDF files, so which will be used later for forensic analysis. So if you want to analyze the information in offline mode at any point of time, so whatever we captured, that captured information will be right into special files called as KDF files. Okay. So not only this packet analysis will be used in forensic mode. So at the same time, while writing to the KDF files, so this can perform live traffic analysis. That means simultaneously it can capture the packets and it will analyze the packets, and also the same packets it will write the files called as KDFs. So once the packet analysis is done, or while doing the packet analysis, we can use the information that is stored in the files, KDF files, and that information can be used by the session analyzer to create a session files. For example, if you take any scenario, session is nothing but one complete communication. Like for example, if you uh, open one web page, like you are chatting through Facebook or anything else, you are watching some cricket live updates, cricket live score. So until you stop the activity, so all the information will be captured, and so the packets related to that particular session, that particular flow will be arranged in a sequence, and it will be formed as one complete sequence. So that sequence we can that session we can analyze in an offline mode at the later point of time. So whatever the person has done in while he is accessing the internet, the same information we can view in offline mode. So whatever he has seen on the internet, the same web page we can be visualized in offline mode. And so this session analyzer output we can feed to some third party softwares, so to get more information related to the session analysis. So once this packet analysis and session analysis has been done, we can give uh, if the person who wants to monitor the network, he can get the results from the packet analysis as well as session analysis, and he can take the decisions based upon that. So how he can get the information, here you can see. So after analyzing the information captured from the card, so the results will be passed to some different port on the same system. So from that interface he can get the information related to the packet analysis as well as session analysis. So in this slide you can see what are all the available applications. Like few experiments we have been created for students to understand basic things related to the network traffic analysis. So there are few experiments like displaying all the TCP packets and UDP packets, and incoming mail called as SMTP POP3, okay, and also packets related to HTTP protocol. Okay. So there are some other applications related to flow analysis and TCP handshake. So how TCP connection will be established while two systems are communicating with each other. So all the information can be analyzed by using these experiments, so that students can easily understand by analyzing the information. So the students may read the information theoretically, but he do not know how in real time that things will be happen. So by using these kind of experiments, the students will be get more knowledge, and he will know practically what will happen inside the network. So there is one more experiment called as VoIP analysis to analyze the call established through the internet. So nowadays we are making calls through internet. So we can recreate that call, and we can create audio files. So we can get to know that what is the conversation happen between the two endpoints. Okay. And there is one more experiment called as XSS and SQLI. These are the special applications experiments related to the vulnerability detections. So XS is one type of attack called as cross-site scripting, and SQLi is another one which is based upon SQL query language. So the attacker will use some SQL commands to generate some attacks to steal some database or to destroy some database. So when any attacker while performing these kind of activities, so we can monitor that kind of activities and we can get alerts related to the attacks. So there is one more experiment called as IP traceback. So this experiment will map the IP addresses to locations as I already told. So we can map the IP addresses to specific locations. For example, from this country he is accessing the mail from in that country from specific locations from specific state, specific area. So he is accessing. So all the information will be displayed by using this experiment. We will create it. So here we have created few tools to clearly understand. So these are all GUI apps. So the user can access the information by using this GUI. So here in this slide you can see so this is related to bandwidth utilization, how much bandwidth is consumed by the network. And so there are some other slides which are displaying the packet information, and for each packet layer wise information you can see. So these are the few tools we have developed. So here you can see a few of our customers related to the academics, and not only these, we have a list of clients. So we have showed few clients here. So this is all about the brief introduction to the Monosek. So now we will go into real-time demonstration. So how we can see how in real time we can analyze the traffic related to the network. Okay, what are all the activities we can be performed. So I will demonstrate in the next slide.